I hope you have a great day here at Token2049. Thanks for attending my presentation today. First of all, congratulations to the event organizers. I think they did a tremendous job, like always. So I'm actually very happy that Sota was talking before, because he was talking about one side of the story. And today here I can tell you the other side, which is more on the lower level of the infrastructure itself, and not how he talked about the application interoperability aspect. The title is The Interoperable Multi-Chain Future of Web3, and it's a more like introductional presentation. With 15 minutes, I don't have too much time, so I will focus on the basics and give you more than enough materials, I think, to conduct research afterwards. My name is Max Kordek. I'm CEO of co-founder of Lisk, and I'm in the space for quite a while, quite an OG since end of 2012. So I've seen the ups and downs, and it's just, for me, amazing to see where the industry is at today. So the goal of this presentation really is for you to understand the concept of interoperable Web3 applications. And why do I want that you understand that? So to understand where I'm coming from, you have to know that there are two paradigms how you can build Web3 applications. One is via a smart contract layer 1, like on Ethereum, on Binance Smart Chain, or on Solana, where you're building your smart contract, which is very similar to a script. You upload it to the public blockchain, and everyone can execute it with a transaction. And here, interoperability, if we are just looking at Ethereum, is not so important, because it's all on one blockchain, it's all accessible, all the data, all the smart contracts are interconnected already. So it's not so important to talk about the more like infrastructure interoperability here. But Sota already pointed out on a more application level, that's still important. But what I would like to talk about are app-specific layer ones. So Polkadot, Cosmos, Lisk are probably the major projects working on that. And here, what is actually happening is that you are developing your own blockchain with an SDK these projects provide you with. And on that independent blockchain, you can either, develop a smart contract again, or you can implement your logic natively into the protocol of your own blockchain. And, for Lisk, back in the day, it took 2-3 years to build a blockchain from scratch. And with these SDKs, these 3 projects, for example, are providing you with, you can do it in a few hours. So that's already a huge shift in developer experience. But even though I think Web3 applications developed with this app-specific approach are far superior, they have this problem that they're all based on their own blockchain. But just a few words why I think they are superior. So first of all, I think they are more secure, because how Sota mentioned before, it's on the protocol. Your logic is on the protocol. It's not on a smart contract, which is much more vulnerable for hacks and attacks. Also, the governance aspect of your blockchain is very tightly bound to your own governance token, so that if you experience a major hack, your users collectively can still vote on the governance of your blockchain and can say, OK, no, we basically revert that hack. This is not possible on Ethereum, for example. It's more scalable, because on your one blockchain, there's one app. So your users don't have to compete with other users of other blockchain applications for block space. So it's much more scalable from day one, essentially. And it's more accessible, because you're not building an app into an existing ecosystem. You're actually creating everything yourself. It means it's more work, but you can customize your blockchain, your user interfaces, and so on and so forth, exactly to your use case. And these 3, let's call it attributes, for me are one of the most important things to worry about if we are talking about the user. Because at the end of the day, it's the user's most important, let's say the user is the most important in your product. And it's very interesting to see that more and more smart contracts are actually moving to this app-specific approach. The most famous example right now is DYDX. They are one of the biggest Ethereum apps, and they are moving to their own app-specific blockchain built with the Cosmos SDK. So we see a trend and see that people need more than just regular smart contract platforms. However, like I said, it's a bit problematic because, well, we already see that we are living in this multi-chain world because there are hundreds of Web3 applications built with Polkadot, with Cosmos, with Lisk. But, well, they're all on their own blockchain. They're all isolated. They're like islands. They can't communicate with each other unless there's something what we call interoperability. And that's what I'm here to talk about today, about interoperable Web3 applications, because I think that's like a key piece of, well, networks to be connected with each other. Let's say you have one blockchain where you have a DEX to trade tokens, and another blockchain where, let's say, an NFT marketplace incentivizes you with their own token to trade on their marketplace. Now you got this token from this NFT marketplace, maybe you want to trade it, but for that you would have to transfer it into another blockchain, into the blockchain of the DEX, in order to do that. Because remember, with this app-specific approach, each app is built on their own blockchain. And in order to transfer it, well, that's where interoperability is necessary. And maybe to just point out, a real transfer is not really happening. It's more like a lock on the one chain and an unlock on the other, because it's two different systems. You really can't transfer or teleport something. But there are very sophisticated methods behind that. And like previously pointed out, they're on the protocol level. So it's not like a smart contract doing that. It's not vulnerable to hacks and attacks. It's very safe. And well, with that, I think you have a very good overview what interoperable and multi-chain means. That's essentially the whole magic with which you can build more secure, more scalable, and more accessible Web3 applications. I think that's the future of Web3. I think we will see more and more Web3 applications moving to that paradigm. And, well, they will have to be interoperable to just stand a chance on the market. And I'm very curious to see how Polkadot, Cosmos, and my own product, Lisk, is doing here in the next few years, because I think the next few years will be key. Let me talk a few minutes about my own product, Lisk. So Lisk was established in 2016. It's 7 years old. We're a Swiss foundation, non-profit. Currently have, after 7 years of operations, still $60 million left in capital with the bad market we are in right now. We're 70 people spread between Switzerland and Germany. And we're essentially working on two products. The Lisk SDK, which I mentioned before, which is forever free, forever open source, a JavaScript software development kit you can use to build your own blockchain. Like I said, it takes you a few hours. It took us years to build that. And there were over 60 research papers going into that, which were researched over the last 5 years. So that, I think, is a very big step in developer experience improvements to build your own blockchain. But we wanted to go a step further and also provide a platform where users can access these Web3 applications being built. And right now, the Lisk Foundation is supporting through its own grant program around 20 Web3 applications. And the platform launch is assumed to be in 2023, so next year. And here's an image already of a sneak peek. It's going to be really, really cool. And, well, Lisk has in its mind accessibility, so we design it always a little bit different than our competitors with the users in mind to make it as simple and approachable as possible. That's, I think, the future of Web3, and that's where I think the space is heading towards. Independent blockchains built with their own unique use case on top, which are all interoperable with each other. There are many more concepts, but I think this one is one of the most promising ones. There are more than enough tool sets available in the industry. My suggestion to you is, if you're a Rust developer, check out Substrate from Polkadot. If you're a Go developer, check out Cosmos SDK from Cosmos. And if you are a JavaScript developer, go to Lisk. We did like the whole JavaScript approach because we thought existing companies might already have JavaScript developers, which we can tap into so that your businesses don't have to rehire talents. If we're looking to the smart contract paradigm, well, good luck finding a Solidity developer right now. This is Lisk, and Lisk puts the users at the forefront. Our goal is to onboard 100 million people to Web3 and crypto in the coming years, and to become sustainable until 2025. because we don't want to just use our ICO money and raise more funds forever. We want to build a sustainable business, and for that we are taking a slightly different approach where we are also trying to earn money in the coming years. So there's much more to come, even though we are already old and maybe not that hyped as other projects. But I think we're entering a very interesting year in 2023 with the upcoming platform launch. That's already it. If you want to learn more, just head to our website, lisk.com. There you can hear and read everything about our project for developers and for users. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.